To
Right.
Love.
On.
her.
Arms. 3.3 million American adults suffer from depression each year. $33,300 people died in the U.S. by suicide in 2006. An entire 1% of the population has used self-harm to cope. 1 of 8 Americans has a significant problem with alcohol or drugs. And 27 million Americans are heavy drinkers or use drugs regularly. So what does all of this lead to? To write love. To Write Love on Her Arms is a non-profit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. This non-profit organization, with only a few paid employees and a lot of interns and volunteers, present hope and find help for people and give faith to those affected by others with these issues. Being nonprofit, To Write Love on Her Arms invests directly into treatment and recovery of those in need. So what are these issues? Depression is where most of the problems begin. Depression is a darkening of mood and overall loss of interest in life. It affects the person overall and can physically end up hurting them. Self-harm or self-injury is a common problem associated with depression. Self-harm or self-injury is an injury made on oneself to cope with a situation or feeling. It is used as a form of self-punishment, expression of feelings, or a distraction. These people feel as though this is the only way they can feel better. Depression and self-harm or self-injury can sometimes lead to suicide. Suicide is a serious matter that begins with depressive feelings and thoughts. Suicidal people have thoughts of taking their lives. They are sick and need assistance, help, and support. Warning signs can help people surrounding a suicidal person realize the issue. These are some possible warning signs, including giving personal possessions away and being suddenly happier from a depressed state. It is also linked to substance abuse or use. Which leads us to the issue of addiction. There are many types of addiction, the most common being alcohol and drug abuse. An addiction involves becoming obsessed or dependent upon the substance or matter at hand. It gives short or long-term pleasure to the addictive person, which makes them want and sometimes eventually physically need to come back to it again and again. All of these issues are the reason To Write Love exists. It had to begin somewhere, and this is their story. To write Love on Her Arms was the efforts these people were making to give support, help, and love to a girl named Renee. She was a cocaine addict who cut her arms. She ended up in the hospital, and they came to her room to give her love, to write love on her arms. They now run out of Cocoa Beach on the east coast of Florida. They travel and spread the word of love and hope to all of those in need and those who have experienced these issues in their lives. Jamie Tworkowski grew up in Florida in Satellite Beach. He found the importance to spreading the word about these issues through Renee, the troubled girl discussed earlier. They began raising money for her treatment by selling t-shirts and opened the To Write Love MySpace to be heard further from a more extended audience. They began to hear from others, began hearing others' stories, and began helping each person who contacted them. The rest is history. They have reached out to over 40 countries and have helped raise awareness and knowledge about the issues. They answer phone calls, emails, and mail each day from distressed, affected people. Contributions to Write Love on Her Arms is how they keep going. U chapters, or university chapters, keep awareness and spread the love throughout the country. They are run by students for support for the campus and community as a whole. They serve to help others in their area. The street team promotes through media, especially the internet. Each task you complete on the website, which may be posting a photo from To Write Love or telling others about the organization, earned you points to buy from the online store, to spread the word wherever you go. You communicate with other street team members and raise more awareness through social networks and the internet as a whole. Pro surfer CJ Hobgood, who grew up with the founder of To Write Love in Florida, Bayside, and Gym Class Heroes, both bands, are just a few of the influential people that support To Write Love on Her Arms. Their hope is that it will encourage others to check out the great they are doing within this organization. The easiest way to donate is to donate money through ToWriteLoveOnHerArms.com or TWLOHA.com, or to buy merchandise from their store. When you wear the To Write Love name, you are spreading the word and the good. All in all, help is here for those who need it. If you know someone in need of help, this is a list of numbers and websites you or they can get in touch with to get immediate help. To Write Love is always a good place to start, with their love and support always available. Don't become the statistic. And don't let a friend become the statistic. From To Write Love's vision, you are not alone. And this is not the end of your story.
To
Write Love
on her
Arms. 3.3 million American adults suffer from depression each year. 33,300 people died in the U.S. by suicide in 2006. An entire 1% of the population has used self-harm to cope.